This tutorial will show you how to use the debt payoff plan. By implementing this easy-to-use debt reduction method, you can accomplish your goal of becoming debt-free. There are two spreadsheets included in this workbook, the debt reduction worksheet and the prorated debt worksheet. Let's first go over the debt reduction worksheet. There are two sections in this form. The top half is the minimum payments option. It helps you determine how long it will take to pay off your existing debt by making minimum payments and how much total interest you'll pay. The bottom half is the debt snowball option, and it's used to accelerate your debt payoff by adding an extra payment to the minimum payments. This method will help you reduce both the time and the interest you'll pay as you pay off your debt. Begin by entering all the debts in the top portion. On this form, you can only enter information in the white cells. The rest of the cells contain formulas, are protected, and will automatically populate for you. Note the instructions say to enter your debts in the order you want to pay them off. For example, you can enter them in order of lowest balance to highest balance, or highest interest rate to lowest interest rate. We recommend using lowest to highest balance since this method will help you pay off some of your smaller debts quicker, providing the momentum and the motivation you need to keep going. Under the debts column, I will enter the credited name or description of the debt. Next, I'll enter the current balance, then the minimum required monthly payment, and last, the interest rate charged. If there's no interest charged, then just enter 0. Enter this information for each of your creditors. Now that I have all my debts entered, you can see that the months to pay off and the interest I will pay is listed for each debt. In this example, my total debt is $41,000. The minimum payment total is $545 each month. If I use the minimum payments option, it would cost me more than $16,000 in interest and would take more than 150 months to pay the debt off. That's a significant amount of interest and a long time to carry these debts. However, if I choose the debt snowball option, the bottom section of this form, and add $100 to the minimum payment, entered here in the extra monthly payment cell, changing my minimum payment total from $545 to $645, I could pay off all my debt in just 80 months and save thousands in interest charges. Let me show you how this works. Through the debt snowball plan, the extra payment is added to the first debt on the list. Once the debt is paid off, that payment rolls down and it's added to the next payment on the list. In this example, my minimum payment to Citibank is $35 per month. The form adds the extra $100 to this payment since it's the first debt on my list, making the new payment $135. The rest of the debts on the list are paid the required minimum monthly payments. It now takes only 8 months to completely pay Citibank off, instead of the 38 months it would have taken by paying just the minimum payment. Once Citibank is paid off, I enter the letter Y in the payoff cell indicating I paid it off. And the $135, which was going to Citibank, now rolls down and is added to the next payment on the list, which is Chase. The minimum payment for Chase of $60 now becomes $195 and will take 13 months to pay off. Each time I pay off a debt, the snowball payment is added to the next debt on the list. And since the snowball payment grows each time it rolls down, it makes paying the debt off quicker and saves quite a bit in interest charges. By using this simple plan and an extra $100 per month, I'm able to reduce the time to pay off all this debt by 6.5 years and save over $6,000 in interest. What's great about this plan is that your monthly debt payment total never changes. You pay the same amount monthly towards your debts, making it easier to budget and easier to stick to. There are 2 warnings that you may encounter as you use this form. The first warning is minimum monthly payment. This occurs when you enter a minimum payment that is too small. For example, if you had a debt with a balance of $2,000 and a payment of $15 per month at a 20% interest rate, the form would give you a minimum monthly payment warning and show you that the minimum payment should be $33.34 or higher. Making a payment lower than the suggested amount would cause your debt to increase due to the interest rate charged each month. Another warning you may see is in the debt snowball section. This occurs if a debt that is lower on your list is paid before a debt that is higher. The warning you will see is reorder and months to pay off number. It indicates that you should place the debt higher on the list to take advantage of the Snowball payment plan. Now let's look at the Prorated Debt Form. This form was developed for those who find that currently they're not able to make the minimum payments required by their creditors. In our example, the total minimum payments is $545 per month. But let's say I only have $300 to put toward these debts. What is the right thing to do? Should I pay some of the creditors and not others? How do I decide who gets paid and who doesn't? I believe a good compromise is to pay every creditor a fair share of what you can afford to pay. The prorated plan takes the balance of each debt and calculates the percent it represents of the overall debt. Therefore, when you enter the amount you can afford to pay in the debt allocation cell, new payments are created for each creditor based on what percent of the whole debt they represent. With this new payment plan, you can write a letter to each creditor, explain your situation and your plan to pay each creditor a fair share until your income improves and you can again make the minimum payment required. I recommend you print this prorated debt sheet, add your one-page budget to it, and mail it to each of your creditors. This will go a long way in making your creditors aware and favorable toward your situation. Well, I hope this form is helpful to you and that you'll use it to help you achieve your financial goal of getting out of debt for good. If you'd like to know more about our ministry and take advantage of other resources we offer, check out our website at the address on the screen.